Science time with Emma. Bling! Heya peeps, Emma here. Did you know that the channel hit 6.9k subscribers? To celebrate, I asked Versaugh if he wanted to collaborate, to which he said,
Yeah, most definitely.
Together we went on a mission to break every law in Valheim building, with science and pure building skill. It all started with the question, can I pop one of these pillars in the Mistlands, like you can with the pillars in the plains? But little did I know that no matter how much I cut away from the bottom, the rock would never completely pop. Not only did it not completely pop, but it created an absolutely amazing floating island. This was, however, a relatively old seed, so some people in my chat suggested that I try this on a new seed, just in case. But as you might guess from the existence of this video, it still worked! I was even able to create 2 layers of floating island, completely vanilla. But there was a problem. These floating islands are made on my science worlds. In other words, seeds that are used specifically for Valheim science tests. So I went on a mission on Heya, my Patreon server, in search for the perfect rock. This is a normal playthrough world. One day I suddenly got a message from one of my moderators. He found a super beautiful mist-free queen's location, and guess what was right behind it? The perfect rock. By this point you probably already realized not every rock in the Mistlands can be turned into a floating one. What is the catch? You will need a specifically shaped rock that goes straight up. It often also has little structures on its tiny plateaus. Most of the Mistlands are filled with rocks that look like the one from the Lion King. These won't float. Now comes the hard part. Pure dedication is needed for this. Once you have found the perfect rock, you need to start pickaxing bit by bit from the bottom. Remove all of the rocks that you don't want, and once in a while you will get a pop that takes a bigger chunk of rocks down. And I recommend that as you get closer to the shape that you are happy with, that you stop cutting after a final pop, so that the shape of the stone remains nice and clean at the bottom as well. Only when you are happy with the shape of the rock, I would recommend starting to build on top of it. As I was contemplating what to build on top of this rock, I was watching a video from Versaugh. He is an absolutely amazing builder, and I definitely recommend checking out his channel after this video. Originally, I wanted to do an epic build-off between me and Versaugh. The idea was that it would be a fun showdown, me, a self-proclaimed building noob, going head-to-head with Versaugh, an undeniable building pro. We were both super excited for this challenge and couldn't wait to see what we could come up with. But as it sometimes happens, real life threw a curveball and I had a lot less time to dedicate to this project than I hoped. In the end, Versaugh actually built something absolutely amazing for me, the results of which you will see in a little bit. But I'm still curious, would you still like to see an epic build-off between me and Versaugh in the future? Let me know down in the comments if that's something you would be excited to watch. But now the reveal. What better structure to build in the elusive Mistlands than a beautiful fairy tale tower from the movie Tangled? I would never have been able to create such a gorgeous structure with these gravity-defying rooftops. The only way to get into the tower is by using a portal, since the island, as you might have guessed, is completely floating on its own. It is also a lot higher than most of the other floating structures that I had created in the past on top of copper that also stays afloat. So finding this oddly specific rock that stays afloat was extra special to me. As a builder in Valheim that has now shifted to doing mostly science, it felt like the perfect marriage between the two subjects. It was quite challenging to make, but it was also a lot of fun to talk to Versaugh and seeing him build something amazing on top of it. Thank you so much for subscribing and allowing me to get to 6.9k subscribers. You peeps are absolutely amazing. Never forget that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Dag hè?